Hey, what's up guys? This is IFBB Pro Terrence Ruffin here with Josh Schultz. Check him out on Instagram. We're here to do a posing session today and hope you guys enjoy. I think posing in general is art. It's just like any other dance form. If you know the history, it's based in art from Eugene Sandow. He looked at sculptures and figured out how he wanted to have a great competition, which was held in 1902. And I know everyone's not the best poser in the world, but I think effort still should be put on becoming better with your posing. All right, so let's start off in your front relaxed here. Cool, cool, cool. Awesome. So everything looks pretty good there, man. Knees are about, legs are about shoulder width apart, good. Quarter turn to the right. Good here. Here you can rotate a little bit more, right there. Awesome with the obliques. Keep the glutes tight here since they're showing. Quarter turn to the right. Have a slight bend in your knees, that'll help your hamstrings to contract a little bit better. And lean back slightly here to flex those erectors a little bit harder. Everything else looks great, man. Quarter turn to the right. Same thing, rotate a little bit more. Flex those obliques a little bit harder if you can. There we go. Cool, and make sure this wrist is like following the same path as your arm. Yeah. So just straight, like a straight surface, there you go. And quarter turn to the right. Front double bicep. Another one you can do, you can push your hips over to the side here. Good, a little bit, if you can push it further that way, that's kind of the way you want to have it. So that's option 2. The third one is more of an L shape. So one foot's gonna go here, the other one's gonna go here, and it kind of creates an L there. So when you do that, your heel should line up to that heel. There you go. Boom, and if you can, same thing, hips should be pushed. Yeah, there we go. And even you can make it a little bit further, kind of arcing like about right there. And that's another classic front double you can hit there. Awesome, relax. When you go though, I want you to have a little bit more intent with what you're doing with your hands and where you're placing them. And then there's typically 2 different spots people like to start. So you'll see some people start down here and they'll bring it up. Some people, I usually start here and bring mine out and up. Either way is fine. Awesome, awesome. Same thing you want to have, exactly, yeah. You want to have intent when you come out, so boom, boom. Awesome. All right, let's move on to the side chest. Good, okay. So here, you really want to have this arm pushed back, stretching that pec out, and really flexing that other one there. For you, instead of the hand, to get rid of this gap here, let's grab your wrist, and that should be a bit better there. If you want, you can actually, to get a little bit more hamstring, everything looks really good. You can kind of angle your feet, instead of being like at this 90, a little bit further over. Yeah, yeah. And let's go to rear double bicep. Awesome. So typically they're gonna have you to bring one foot slightly back. Yeah. Everything else looks pretty good. Biggest things here, you definitely wanna bring that as far as back as you can. Rotate that. Legs look good. Everything else looks really good, man. Relax. So I really like what Josh did here. He almost, so you see in bodybuilding a lot of times, the bodybuilders, they'll do this as they go into a rear lat spread. Obviously in classic, we don't have that. So to show off that extra detail, I still like for people to bring that back before they go out and up into whatever they want to do there with their rear double bicep. Let's hit our ab and thigh. that's really good. Just make sure you're really stretching out everything back here, bringing that forward. You should feel it really stretched up in there. Yeah. Ab and thigh. You see he moved his leg out, he kicked it out to the front like that. I do like a bit of movement, just for the fact of just human nature. The eye is drawn toward movement. And if you're doing, it can be a good thing and a bad thing, but if you know, what he did was good. So, you know, if the judge, you want the judge's attention, you do a little bit something different. Obviously, if you're doing something, the pose wrong, then it's negative attention. But if you're doing the pose right, like he did, it's obviously a good thing. And classic pose of your choice. Okay. So that's definitely a good one. Just make sure your legs stay tight there. So relax for a second. Just kind of set them up the same way you do your front double, because in the front double you didn't have any issues flexing them with that leg out to the side. Just think the same thing. The same base there. There you go. All right, and relax. So there's one. We'll run through a few. So similar to that one, same bicep. Instead of having it on your side, let's try it behind your head. You can actually bring this one out, maybe like an inch to the, there we go. Hips over to the side. There we go. So that's another shot you can hit. All right, so now we're gonna start with a couple of transitions, which is the next step on creating a better routine. For you guys at home, a couple of things to think about to kind of build your posing repertoire, your poses from time to time. Think of everything, your lower body as a base, and think about all the different poses you can do from here. So he's going to set your feet up for a front double bicep, any kind you want. So you got your front double, hit that. All right, now you can go from there, same leg position. Now you can go into an archer's pose. Boom, good. From there, bring the arm back down to your first classic shot. Boom, that's 3 shots right there. So thinking of how you can transition from this portion right here definitely give you a lot more versatility when you're doing posing routines. So let's start with the front relaxed. Boom. So let me see how you transition out to a side relax. So quarter turn to the right. All right, cool. So what you want to do here, you're just going to come up on this heel and this toe, and you're going to pivot. Yeah, and then you're going to take 1 step forward. So that's kind of that one. So you're here, quarter turn to the right, you're going to pivot, step, rotate. Good. After this one, it's just going to take that right foot back and pivot. Yeah. You should serve?
Me now.
Okay, well you picked it up really fast. Okay, that's good. So this one's a little different. From the rear to the side, your next side. Let's see if you, quarter turn to the right. Yeah, pretty good. So that's one thing I bring up too. Everyone likes to find the differences in like the posing and from class to class, but honestly, there's a lot of similarities. It's basically the same thing as a bodybuilding, going from boom, boom. And you're gonna see as you go on through the mandatory poses, a lot of these transitions are gonna be used again. All right, so next, let's start back from front double one more time and go into your actual relaxed pose. Boom. And relax. Good. Let's go to the side chest. So with this, I want you to do that same transition we did for the quarter turn. Boom. There we go. Good, good. So another thing we can add on, since we got the lower body, is doing something with the upper body as well. So when you do that transition, do something with your arms too, whether it's flexing the tricep. If you got a good back, you can rotate a little bit more to that. I like to do here, it's almost like a variation of like a most muscular or something, and then just bring it in from there. So, boom. Oh, good, good. All right, and relax, so you go back to your front relax. I get questions sometimes about if someone should hit more than one pose or not. It honestly depends on the show. If they're making you hold a pose for a long time, if you got time to hit 2, hit 2. If you don't, just stick to your best one. And obviously, if you got 2 and one isn't as good as the other, just stick to the best one you have. But that's kind of our posing for the day. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and until next time, this is Muscle and Strength signing off.